Nelson beside Granite Mine Banner, where we have a number of seniors walking around and pushing walkers. And the city has been aware of these tripping hazards for months and months, but they fail to do anything. And their priority, preventing seniors trip and fall accidents, is a priority for everybody. These are more patches that need attending to on Park Street, near the Granite Manor, between there and the hospital. There's another large pothole on Park Street on the way to the hospital. The city know about these reported moon craters, and nothing's being done to attend to them. Another pothole with water in the bottom. Park Street is full of these holes, and what happens if you don't repair them, the water soaks in underneath the road grade, and pretty soon you got a road failure. Walk down Park Street, we see a number of really bad potholes, and the city knows about them but haven't taken any action. There's a patching requirement near a water shut-off valve. It's really hard on the vehicles when you drive by. It beats the heck out of suspension. We're now on Morgan Street, where a variety of patches have been placed over top of holes. It's a band-aid approach, and this whole area needs to be jackhammered out and replaced with a new piece of pavement. The patching over top of patches is not a good way to fix them. Here's an area where a number of patches have been placed on top of other patches, and the whole area should be cut out and placed with a new stretch of pavement. More potholes down at the bottom end. There's no end to it because the water gets in and creates road failures. More spots on Morgan Street going by High Street Place where the patches have been put on and coming off again. The whole area needs to be cut out and repaved. More repeated failures of the road surface and band-aid approach by patching over the top. This area should be jackhammered out and replaced with a new stretch of pavement. Here we have some patches going on and another pothole appearing in the middle of it. Here we have patching in the left-hand lane. When you come over to the right-hand lane, you have a bunch of potholes and rough road surface within 100 feet of each other. These serious pothole conditions cause problems for the general traveling public because they try to steer around them, and if you steer around a pothole like this to miss it and hit an oncoming car, it can wind up being a serious accident. Yet on the opposite side of the road, they've seen fit to patch the potholes there, but leave the ones on the opposite side. Down Morgan Street, just a little farther, is a fairly deep pothole with water in the bottom. It shows you what happens. It rains, the water seeps in there, gets under the pavement, and causes road grade failure. Farther down the street, we find a couple of potholes that have been repaired, but yet they bypassed a couple others on the way down. The pothole that's being created needs to be repaired while it's small before it grows into a very large one. Now we're looking at a stretch of pavement where repair has been done by a qualified paving company who know exactly what to do for pavement failure stuff and how to put a patch down that's smooth. Pavement patch area that's been done on Vernon Street, been there a couple of years ago. You notice how it's nice and smooth and the edges are tight because they used proper compaction equipment and got it rolled in place, done it right the first time. There's a spot on Vernon Street where we got potholes forming now. Repair required, and just close to it is a recent utility area which has been dug up and paved smoothly all the way across. Why wasn't the time taken to just back up into the 20 feet and do the entire area? This is a pavement failure at Vernon and Josephine on Vernon Street. Needs repair attention. This is Vernon and Ward Street intersection. Patching required for pavement replacement. Street close to the Hume Hotel. This should be jackhammered out and properly patched. Junction of Ward and Vernon, we got more pavement problems. Junction of Vernon and Ward, pavement failure coming in the middle of the street. Farther down Stanley Street, we got huge potholes here. This is we enter Vernon. Needs to be jackhammered out and properly patched. Pothole forming across from the parkade on Vernon Street. Won't be long if you don't repair that one, you're going to have a huge pothole. There's some serious cracking showing up on Vernon Street, across from the parkade. This is an area where the cracks should be filled with oil and sealed before the water gets in there and creates a pavement failure. Another pothole forming on Vernon Street. If that doesn't get repaired quickly, you've got a big one. Building, this is a pavement failure showing up. More serious pavement failure showing up. On Front Street we have more pavement failure showing up opposite the government building. This area should be jackhammered out and patched. An area on Front Street where we've got serious cracking going on. These should be crack filled before the water gets in. Two-door lock and key on Front Street. We've got more failure showing up here. Those should be jackhammered out and patched, at least crack filled. Pavement foil failure showing up on Front Street. Hall Street intersection, repairs required. Looking across the intersection, a pothole there that's really big, large pothole, everybody driving through it, very large pothole, hard on suspension of vehicle. We're at Lakeside Drive now, and there's some pavement failure starting here. And these hairline cracks should be filled with oil, hot tar, and sealed, because the water actually gets in there and deteriorates the road condition. It freezes, and pretty soon you got big humps and broken pavement failures. Entrance to the Prestige Inn, coming off Lakeside Drive. These are going to turn to huge potholes very quickly once the water soaks in and a few vehicles drive across. The pavement is failing and breaking up. This area should be jackhammered out and replaced with pavement, good pavement, rolled down tight. Enters and the pavement is lifted. We're looking at very expensive repair. That should be jackhammered out now and pavement replaced in a large patch. Again, this is where the pavement is breaking up and failing. Should be jackhammered out and replaced with a new stretch of pavement. This is an area where temporary patching has been put on, patch over top. Patch over top of patch. Band-aid approach. That whole area should be jackhammered out and replaced with a brand new patch, properly smooth. So on Lakeside Drive, just entering Walmart, there's the pothole here that's growing, and that one should be repaired before it grows large. Becomes really expensive to repair. This is a poorly installed manhole cover. We find lots of those in Nelson, BC, and when the pavement was put in, it didn't take enough time to write a contract article and have the drain area just a eighth to a quarter inch to 3/16 below the main grade. Otherwise you get this huge pothole. Nelson is the Queen City of the Kootenays, but they need to spend more time on street maintenance. If we had a proper follow-up maintenance program, these kind of conditions wouldn't happen. With a proper inspection program and scheduled maintenance of items once they're identified, our street conditions are going to be left with these kind of potholes. It gives the city of Nelson a black eye. Queen City gets a black eye from having these kind of conditions on the streets for all the people who visit our cities.